Alright guys, I was going to do this as a post, excuse me, but I thought it would be a lot easier to explain in a video. And the reason why I'm doing this video is basically following up why we require players to bring runes and why we stress the fact of pre-potting and potting during the fights. And mainly because someone whispered me saying, augment runes only contribute to 0.1% of our total DPS, why do you expect us to bring them? So out of curiosity, I wanted to find out what the DPS value of an augment rune was to certain classes, specs, players, whatever. So basically, I took a strength, an agility, and an intellect player, Randolph, Barisha, and Otska. I ran these players on the Corrosis fight, which is 360 seconds, a 6-minute fight, without using an augment rune. And I did this 5 times and took the average DPS of those 5 sims without a rune. I then took these same 3 players and ran them 5 times again with a rune equipped and took their average DPS of those 5 sims whilst they had an augment rune equipped. Now, for Randolph, having a augment rune equipped on average gave him a 4.9k DPS increase, which worked out to be about 0.58%, which is a lot different from the 0.1% that I was quoted. Same with Varisha, 4.8k DPS increase, 0.56, and Ultscar, 5.9k, 0.64. Now the average DPS gain from those 3 players, so I took the average DPS gains, and it worked out to be about 5.2k with an average percentage of 0.59. And again, out of curiosity, I ran these same 5 players without running a pot or potting and without a rune, and then ran them again without a rune but potting their Pacific pots they require, which I got from Icy Veins. So Randolph, single target, should be using Old War. Pre-potting and potting during the fight, he gained an average DPS gain of 27k, which is 3.23% extra. Barisha gained 17k roughly, which worked out to be about 1.979%. And Ultscar, 11.5k extra DPS, percentage 0.24. So I took the average DPS from those 3 findings, which worked out to be about 18.1k extra DPS and a 2.09% increase. So with a person with a rune and pre-potting and potting during the fight, the combined average DPS a person could achieve for this 6-minute fight was around 23.4k, which was a DPS increase of 2.68. I wanted to take this a little bit further and basically find out what would be the total damage done gain throughout the 6-minute fight on Corrosis. So I calculated the gains over the 6-minute fight. A person with a rune equipped should get on average a 1.8 million damage done over the course of the fight. Person that pots, pre-pots and pots during the fight should see on average around about a 6.5 million million damage done gain during the course of the fight. Now these numbers might seem low when someone's doing damage done on a boss of 300 to 400 million. But when you look at the total combined damage gain from the rune and potting of 8.4 million, and you times that by the amount of DPS players that you have, it could be a case of reaching the Berserker timer or not. and a 1% or 2% wipe, So I thought I would share my findings and my curiosity. As I say, these numbers can vary, depending on the length of the fights, but it gives you a good average, and it shows you that it is worth using runes and pre-potting and potting during the fight whilst we're progressing on fights. Okay, cheers.